Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Fifth House Divination. My name is Kirsty and today we're going to do a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. There's no dates on the reading, so just trust that when you receive the message, if it resonates, it's your message at that time. And messages are general, so do take what resonates and don't forget to check your other Sun, Moon and Rising signs. There may be something in those readings for you. Sagittarius, the Oracle card that came out as your theme for today's reading is rest and rejuvenation. And this card can talk about relaxation and meditation. It can talk about taking time to relax, or it can talk about more leisure time coming in for you and sort of making leisure time a priority, and certainly looking at the energy expenditure that you've got here in the past. You've got the Eight of Wands, so I think you've been very active. You've been putting a lot of energy into something, but now you're reaching a period that is more reflexive, and I think there's more sort of being and less doing. But looking at the energy that's around you, you're still in a very creative phase. But I noticed that the underlying energy for this card was the yin and the yang card that was at the bottom of the deck. And yin and yang does talk about the process of sometimes being active, sometimes being passive. And in the yin position, which is the upright position, this does talk about a lot of action going on under the surface. So to me also this talks about balance as well, and it is sort of everything coming into balance. And the underlying energy that we had for the tarot cards is the Six of Pentacles, and this talks about reciprocal give and take. So I think after a period of a lot of sort of external action, you're actually in possibly, if you're not just sort of taking time out and just sort of following your hobbies and being really creative in that way, I think you're finding a different way to manifest, because what we've got in the present position is the Magician, and the Magician is the master manifestor. The Magician talks about having everything that you need to create something, to bring something into being, to make something in your life. He's got a wand, he's got a cup, he's got a sword, and he's got a pentacle. So he's got everything that he needs. And the card that came out with that for the present is the Empress. And the Empress is the divine feminine, but she's the sort of the creator. And the yin card that we were talking about, this one here, does sort of talk about gestation. And the Empress energy is very much the creative process before something kind of gets birthed into actuality, into reality, into sort of true existence. That comes out with the Emperor. So I think that at the moment you're in a very creative phase. You may look as if you're sort of sitting around doing nothing, but actually there seems to be a lot going on in the surface, or you've found a different way of creating and manifesting the things that you want to achieve. Now underneath the clarifier, that I asked for clarifiers for the Magician and the Empress because they're major arcana. And the clarifier for the Magician is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups talks about nostalgia, it talks about childhood. It's cups, so it's an emotional connection. This is something that we've been emotionally connected to for a very long time, or when we come across this energy, it can feel as if we've been connected to it for a very long time. So I think this is where you're creating from. You're possibly creating something from a sense of nostalgia, or from something that you've been connected to from your childhood. Now, interestingly, this could be playing out in one or two different ways actually, because what we've got here, bear with me a second. Sorry about that, I just had to turn off that noise in the background. So what we've actually got here underneath the Empress, clarifying the Empress, is the Emperor energy. So this could be creating, you know, the creative process before you kind of bring something into being, a real sort of structure of some description. All this for some of you, because we've got the male and the female, divine masculine and divine feminine, and we've got the Six of Cups here. This could be something that you're doing to try and bring in some kind of soulmate connection, in a sort of a romantic sense, or this is talking about trying to connect in with something that really resonates with you. The Emperor card. The Emperor is the sum of all of the kings, which means that the Emperor card has access, has real control over his environment. Again, we're back to the, you know, having everything that you need to be able to create. And the Emperor controls all of the suits. He's structural authority. So this could be some kind of structure possibly that you're trying to build in your life. Or something that's going to give it structure. But again, we've got this real beautiful balance of male and female energy, masculine and feminine, yin and yang, reciprocation. You know, there is just a real beautiful balance coming into you. And this is being done by kind of being rather than doing, as it were. So this is quite interesting, guys. I don't know what you're manifesting, but it's something that's going to really kind of speak to you on a heart level, really resonate with you. And, you know, I think it's something really quite creative that you're doing. And, yeah, and this is going to give you some sort of new form or new structure to your life. So in the past, as I said, we've got this Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands talks about, the Wands is the action suit, so this is, at the 8 we're putting in a lot of effort into something, so this is taking a lot of physical action. It could also be messages coming back in, possibly, but I think this is action. Because I'd ended up getting, I got a clarifier for this future card. So we've got the Eight of Cups in the future. So you're going from the Eight of Wands, which is putting a lot of energy into something, to the Eight of Cups, which actually talks about walking away from something that you've put a lot of emotional energy into, something that that emotionally you're quite invested in. Generally, the Eight of Cups talks about that there's nothing wrong with the situation that you're in. It's just no longer, you're not going to settle for it, because I think there's something else that you want to move towards. You're basically leaving this behind in order to go after something that is like sort of wish fulfillment, dream come true, real emotional contentment and satisfaction. So whether this is walking away from the thing that you've put all of this energy into, or whether this is putting a lot of effort into something that you're then going to be sort of walking towards, it will be different for all of you. The clarifier for the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords talks about anxiety. And interestingly, when I was shuffling the deck, and this Nine of Swords came out, this anxiety card came out, I turned over the pack, and at the bottom of the deck was this Six of Cups, that particular card. So I think you're going to be moving away from something or moving towards something. It'd be different for all of you. And there may be some anxiety, and the anxiety stems from whatever this sort of thing from the past, this soulmate energy, this heart chakra energy, this nostalgia is going to be giving you some kind of anxiety moving forward. But the thing to understand with the Nine of Swords is the Nine of Swords is a a sort of a mental suit. This is the sort of the anxiety that keeps us awake at night. But 9 times out of 10, our anxiety, the situation is generally not as bad as we think it is. Our anxieties are normally a lot more intense than is actually warranted. And when we look back in hindsight, 9 times out of 10, it's like, oh, well, it wasn't actually that bad. So I think you've got some anxiety about the move away or the move towards whatever it is that you're creating. As I say, this could be a connection with a person, either professionally or personally, but this is what you're doing at the moment is you're sort of creating it from a real sort of passive, rested, rejuvenated state, which is the best place to sort of manifest from, because this is sort of the right place to manifest from, if you like. You're really kind of what you're manifesting is, it's coming from the Six of Cups, it's coming from the heart chakra, it's coming from things that really sort of resonate with you. So you're manifesting from the right place because you're in this energy. So guys, you sort of, after all of this activity that you've put in, all this energy that you've expended, you're now sort of more still, more receptive. There's a lot of stuff going on underneath. You're sort of listening to your intuition, being sort of reflective, yielding, passive, and through that situation, that is allowing you to manifest something that really sort of resonates with you, something very creative, and something that's going to give structure or definition to in the real world. So this could be a project, or as I say, this could be, because we've got the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the Six of Cups here, this could be you kind of trying to manifest a connection or a relationship in a business partnership or a romantic situation. But certainly in the future, you are going to be moving towards your Nine of Cups, moving towards something that is going to give you true emotional fulfillment. There may be a little bit of anxiety about it. But, when we're leaving behind something that is given as 8 cups, there is always that anxiety about, is the devil, better than the devil that you don't know? But a lot of the time our anxieties prove to be an overestimation of the difficulty of the situation, and it's just our anxiety is just our mind trying to sort of protect us. So, right, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. If this is for you, I hope you got something from this. Your love reading will be up tomorrow, so don't forget to check out that, and also do check out your other sun, moon and rising signs. There may be something applicable in one of those for you. Look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers, bye bye.